All right, so in the first lab, you configured, you downloaded and configured and connected your VPN. And if we go down here to my system tray, you'll notice right here, I am connected to the COCC VPN. And basically what that means is that my computer now has an IP address in the range of 192.168.3, as you can see. And that puts me on the COCC data center. So I now have a secure encrypted connection between my computer into the data center. At this point, I can either open up Remote Desktop Management Protocol or Remote Desktop Connection, or as you can see, I'm using the Remote Desktop Connection Manager. I would highly encourage you to download and use this tool, okay, and learn how to use this tool. And basically what I've done is I've set up a configuration here for each of my connections. So because we're not running an Active Directory, we don't have an established DNS, I'm using the static IP as the server name and then giving it a display name of the server that I know I'm logged into. Okay? A couple things in here. When you do remote desktop settings, make sure to unclick the inherit and go to full screen. And for the display settings, unclick inherit and say scale. And what that does is it'll scale it to this window that you have. And this works great, by the way, if you're on a laptop with a high DPI resolution. It will scale nicely so you're not looking at itty-bitty tiny things on the screen, okay? Which with the RDP connection, it's going to use your default resolution of your laptop or your monitor. So another thing you might have to do is change that resolution while you're using this tool. All right, so let's look at a server. I've got up a couple of the servers. If you notice, I'm logged into the Team 1 server and Team 2 server. Now, I'm logged in as a local administrator. So I've created local administrator accounts for you and your teammates. This means you have full rights to this server. You can mess it up. You can uninstall the entire operating system. So be very careful with the changes that you make, okay? However, this is like a production server, so you want to try something out, you have the ability to do it. But as you'll see as we work through these first basic labs, you're not going to configure anything on the basic server. It's going to sit in its own work group, and what you're going to do is install Hyper-V and use virtualized servers for everything we do here. So that'll come in videos. But what we want to do is start by prepping your physical server for Hyper-V and for the things that you're going to do. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is come in and configure Windows updates, okay? You know, turn on automatic updates. Let me choose my settings. Here's the thing, folks. Never in a production environment do we want to do automatic updates, because the challenge with that is they might install an update automatically that takes down our entire network. So what you really want to set this on is either A, tell me that there's updates that I need to install so you can go out and research those updates, or B, go ahead and download those updates, but let me choose when to install them. Okay, so make sure you set those configurations, and I want you to install all of the updates that are available. Okay, that means coming back in here, clicking, hey, update, 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 update. Okay, so one of you on the team should do that. So the other thing is your system is configured. I'm coming in here. I'm just going to go into disk, and I'm going to go into create and format hard disk partitions. So I have, of course, in the installation, the default partition for the operating system has been instantiated and formatted. But if you notice here, there's going to be 2 more disks. The majority of you will be on a computer where your disks are mirrored, okay? So you have some redundancy. But please remember, you are responsible for backing up your server, and we'll talk more about that, how we might accomplish that. So something fails with both hard drives, your server's going to go down, okay? You make a major change to the base operating system that takes down your server, you may end up rebuilding your server. So again, be cautious, all right? So disk 1, disk 2, I want you to go through this process of initializing the disks and then creating volumes, NTFS volumes on these disks, so that you have multiple disks to install virtual machines. And basically what we'll do is you and your teammates will format both of these drives, as NTFS, my suggestion would be call data disk data 1, call this disk data 2, and then as you install virtual machines, you'll install one here, one here, one here, one here, so that you're expanding or spanning that load across these two drives. Okay, that's going to be the best performance. These are not solid state drives. However, as you'll see on my training server, everything is solid state so that I can quickly create videos and be efficient. Okay, so we'll talk more about virtualization. So that's it for this one. All I want you to do here for this lab is go ahead and do the updates, instantiate those physical drives. What you'll do is you'll give me a screenshot of the Windows Update screen that says, hey, there's no more updates. You've installed all of them. And then you can just come in here for the disk management. Again, I'll go back in there. And you can grab a screenshot of this. Now remember, that's another great thing with Remote Desktop Protocol is I can just open the snipping tool on my base machine and take a snip of the screen that I need for my proof. Okay, so you'll just grab the snip. I'll paste that into a Word document, for example, and upload it to me. So someone from your team needs to upload that information to me, and that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.